Prime Minister Tariq Rahman accorded red carpet reception at the Great Hall of the People, Beijing. Bilateral meeting between Tariq Rahman and Chinese Premier Li Qiang held. 13 memorandums of understanding signed. Bangladesh will soon open investment office in China to provide more effective services to Chinese investors, says Prime Minister. Bangladesh and China agreed to strengthen cooperation in managing various rivers in Bangladesh, including Tista. Government implementing various measures to prevent outbreaks of diseases like measles and reduce child mortality. Information disclosed at the Changsha. Existing Drug Control Act to be modernized and separate tribunal to be formed to tackle drug-related crimes, says Home Minister. Two massive earthquakes hit Venezuela consecutively. At least 164 people died. Fears of widespread damage. And in the World Cup, Germany face Ecuador and newcomer Curacao take Ivory Coast at 2 a.m. tonight. Assalamu alaikum. This is Shamim Khan. Welcoming you all to News at 10. Those were the headlines. We now move on to the news in details. A total of 13 memorandums of understanding MOUs were signed between Bangladesh and China in various areas of cooperation in presence of Prime Minister Tariq Rahman and his Chinese counterpart Li Qiang at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. The agreements were signed by Foreign Minister Dr. Khalilur Rahman, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shahpoon, and senior officials of the Ministry of Foreign Affairs on behalf of Bangladesh. The MOUs are in the areas of investment cooperation and promoting collaboration in the field of green development and other areas. The signing of MOUs is expected to elevate bilateral cooperation between the two countries to a new level. Earlier, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman held a bilateral meeting with Chinese Prime Minister Li Qiang. Earlier, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman held a bilateral meeting with Chinese Prime Minister Li Qiang. The meeting was held at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman led the Bangladesh delegation at the meeting, while Prime Minister Li Qiang led the Chinese delegation. Earlier, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman was accorded a warm red carpet reception at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing. When the Prime Minister Tariq Rahman arrived at the Great Hall from the Yutai State Guest House, Chinese Premier Li Qiang received him. Following an exchange of greetings, the Chinese Premier escorted Tariq Rahman to the saluting dais along a red carpet where a smartly turned out contingent of the Chinese Armed Forces presented guard of honor to the state guest. The national anthems of Bangladesh and China were played during the ceremony. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman took salute and inspected guard of honor. The two Prime Ministers later introduced members of the respective delegations. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman invited Chinese companies to extend their value chain into Bangladesh to co-author the next great Asian economic miracle in the country. The Prime Minister was addressing Bangladesh Investment Forum in Beijing, which was participated by business leaders, industrialists and institutional investors. Bangladesh Investment Development Authority (BIDA) and China Council for Promotion of International Trade (CCPIT) jointly organized the event at the Yutai Hotel today. Tariq Rahman invited more Chinese companies to visit Bangladesh to see with fresh eyes. The Prime Minister said his government has taken up a rigorous 180-day action plan designed to overhaul the machinery dealing with international capital to demonstrate its commitment. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman announced that Bangladesh will soon open an investment office in China.
Bangladesh is undergoing a monumental economic and governance transformation. We are at a critical point of our journey, and I clearly say that Bangladesh is open for business, ready for the future, and keen to work with China, one of our long-standing and trusted friends. We are inviting Chinese companies to extend their value chain into Bangladesh. We can help Chinese companies serve global markets while benefiting from growing large domestic demand. This is a complementary, practical and win-win relationship. My government has taken up a rigorous 180 days action plan designed to overhaul the machinery dealing with the international capital. Through this plan, we are targeting bureaucratic inertia head-on. We are improving long-term policy continuity, reducing overlapping regulatory processes, and digitalizing government services to improve transparency, predictability, and speed. We are developing dedicated industrial landing points for Chinese investors, including the Chinese Economic and Industrial Zone in Anora and the Second Economic Zone in Mongla. Today, I am also happy to announce that soon we will be opening our first investment office in China. Our objective is simple. Chinese investors should not have to wait until they arrive in Bangladesh to receive support. Today, I invite more Chinese companies to come Bangladesh and see Bangladesh with fresh eyes. Come to Bangladesh, invest in Bangladesh. Let us prosper together in a true partnership of equals.
BIDA Executive Chairman Ashik Chaudhry delivered a special presentation to Chinese business leaders on investment opportunities and incentives available in Bangladesh. Executive member of BIDA Nahian Rahman Kochi, Chairman of China Council for Promotion of International Trade CCPIT Ren Hongbin, and Prime Minister's Advisor on Foreign Affairs Humayun Kabir also addressed the event. A total of 125 Chinese business representatives participated in the conference. Bangladesh and China agreed to strengthen cooperation in the management of Teesta and other rivers in Bangladesh. The agreement came when Chinese Water Resources Minister Li Guying called on Prime Minister Tariq Rahman at the Yutai State Guest House in Beijing today. During the meeting, the Prime Minister highlighted Bangladesh's ongoing river excavation program aimed at reducing flood risk, protecting the environment and ensuring proper management of water resources. In this connection, he sought China's support in improving Bangladesh's water resource management. Tariq Rahman also sought Chinese technical assistance in Teesta management project. In response, the Chinese minister assured of extending full cooperation to Bangladesh government's initiatives in water resource management. Referring to Memorandum of Understanding (MOU) signed between Bangladesh and China in 2005, as well as the visit of Chinese water experts to Bangladesh last year, he stated that bilateral cooperation between the two countries in water resource management is practical and research-based. Tariq Rahman also sought China's assistance in preventing riverbank erosion, improving irrigation systems, and enhancing inland water navigation in Bangladesh. The Chinese minister noted that Bangladesh could benefit from China's experience in water management and invited Bangladeshi water experts and officials concerned to receive training in China. Water Resources Minister Mohammad Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani, Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun, Prime Minister's advisors Rashid Al Mahmood Titumir, Humayun Kabir and Mahdi Amin, and Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon were present. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman sought China's support in Bangladesh's development projects and construction of China-Bangladesh Friendship Hospital. He made the call when Liu Haijing, Minister of International Affairs of Communist Party of China, paid a courtesy call on him at the state Diao Yutai guest house in Beijing today. At the beginning of the meeting, Liu Haijing congratulated Tariq Rahman on assuming office as the Prime Minister. He mentioned that former Prime Minister Begum Khaleda Zia visited China 9 times and said, in her honor, a photo of Begum Khaleda Zia's visit to China in 2001 is preserved in the Museum of the Communist Party of China. Liu Haijing also mentioned Memorandum of Understanding MOU signed between BNP and the Communist Party of China and expresses interest in further enhancing communication and cooperation between the two parties. He hoped that new areas of cooperation would be created in future, especially in the areas of media, think tanks, people-to-people contact and improvement of living standards. The Chinese leader said China is a strong supporter of Bangladesh's sovereignty, security and development and stressed advancing relations between the two countries on the basis of mutual respect and cooperation. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman hoped that legacy of the long-standing friendly relations between the two countries would continue. The Minister of International Department of the Communist Party of China agreed with the Prime Minister's statement and said he was hopeful that people of Bangladesh would enjoy a better life under the leadership of Tariq Rahman. Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun, Water Resources Minister Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani, Prime Minister's Advisor on Foreign Affairs Humayun Kabir, State Minister of Civil Aviation and Tourism M. Rashiduzzaman Millat, State Minister of Power, Energy and Mineral Resources Oning Islam Omid, Prime Minister's Advisor and Spokesperson Mahdi Amin, and Prime Minister's Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon were present. Sun Haiyan, Vice Minister of International Department of Communist Party of China, and Chinese Ambassador in Dhaka and other officials were also present. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman, along with his delegation, joined a banquet hosted by his Chinese counterpart Li Qiang at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing today. When he arrived at the event, China Prime Minister Li Qiang welcomed Prime Minister Tariq Rahman. At that time, Prime Minister Tariq Rahman's wife, Dr. Zubaida Rahman, was with him. A Memorandum of Understanding MOU has been signed between Bangladesh Nationalist Party BNP and Communist Party of China CPC. The MOU was signed at the state guest house Diao Yutai in Beijing today. Prime Minister's Foreign Affairs Advisor and BNP's Joint Secretary General on International Relations Humayun Kabir and Minister of International Department of CPC Liu Haijing signed the MOU on behalf of the respective political parties. Bangladesh Information and Broadcasting Minister Zahiruddin Shapun, Water Resources Minister Mohammad Shahiduddin Chaudhry Ani, State Minister for Civil Aviation and Tourism M. Rashiduzzaman Millat, and Chinese Ambassador to Dhaka were present on the occasion. This is the first Memorandum of Understanding ever signed between the two parties. Prime Minister Tariq Rahman will call on Chinese President Xi Jinping at the Great Hall of the People in Beijing tomorrow. Prime Minister's advisors and spokesman Mahdi Amin said this while briefing journalists today. Mahdi Amin said during the meeting, Bangladesh Premier will raise various issues related to Bangladesh's national interest. Prime Minister's Foreign Affairs Advisor Humayun Kabir and Additional Press Secretary Atikur Rahman Rumon also spoke at the briefing. Jatiya সংসদ witnessed a day of intense deliberation across multiple sessions on Thursday as lawmakers tackled the proposed national budget, public health emergencies, a landmark river protection bill, and grassroots educational outreach. Health and Family Welfare Minister Sardar Mohammad Sheikhaut Hussain informed the House on the government's aggressive push to curb measles and reduce child mortality, revealing during a question and answer session that the government's flagship goal is to achieve universal vaccine coverage and build a strong immunity sphere, a protective shield against preventable epidemics. The day's sitting had commenced in the morning, where Speaker Major Retired Hafizuddin Ahmed Bir Bikram was in the chair. In a separate session, Shipping Minister tabled a comprehensive river protection bill that seeks to criminalize encroachment and pollution of rivers and their banks, with key provisions including declaration of river grabbing as a cognizable offence, the establishment of separate river courts for swift adjudication, fixation and collection of penalties for pollution damage, and streamlined case filing and monitoring mechanisms. Shipping Minister Sheikh Rabiul Alam also informed the House that the government is actively revising National River Protection Commission Act 2013 to enhance Commission's operational capacity and ensure healthier river ecosystems. The minister informed the House that river grabbing and pollution will be treated as criminal acts under the new law. This law will also help establish separate river courts, facilitate investigation into river grabbing, and impose fines for pollution of riverways. Shipping Minister said that to bolster export earnings, the government may consider shipbuilding as a priority sector. Meanwhile, in response to a parliamentary query, Minister for Cultural Affairs Nitai Roy Chaudhary revealed that the government is operating 76 mobile library vans across the country to deliver reading materials to underserved communities, with these vans currently serving 368 upazilas in all 64 districts and reaching 3,200 spots and establishments, thereby bringing educational resources to remote and marginalized populations. On another question, the minister assured the House that the government is implementing targeted programs to preserve and promote languages, heritage, culture, and lifestyle of Bangladesh's ethnic minority groups. The lawmakers also urged the government not to impose tax on essential items. The Treasury Bench members requested the opposition lawmakers not to debate for debate's sake and to help implement the budget. Deputy Speaker Barrister Kaisar Kamal was chairing the session. The sitting of the House will resume at 11 in the morning on Saturday. Newly appointed High Commissioner of India to Bangladesh, Dinesh Trivedi, presented his credentials to President Mohammad Shahabuddin at Bongo Bhavan today. On arrival at Bongo Bhavan, the new envoy was given Guard of Honor by a contingent of President Guard Regiment. Welcoming the new envoy, President Mohammad Shahabuddin said, Bangladesh attaches to its bilateral and mutual relation with India as an important trade and development partner and close neighbor. The President expressed hope that bilateral and mutual relationship between the two countries would be strengthened during his assignment. President Mohammad Shahabuddin stressed on increasing people-to-people contact between the two countries and taking positive initiatives to solve the unresolved issues, including border-related problems. During the meeting, the Indian new High Commissioner said border-related crises would be resolved soon through a high-level meeting between BSF and BJP. He also sought President's cooperation in discharging his duties. Secretaries to the President were present. French Ambassador to Bangladesh Jean-Marc Serre-Charlotte called on Leader of the Opposition in Parliament Dr. Mohammad Shafiqur Rahman at his সংসদ Bhavan office today. Political attaché of the French Embassy, Emily Balahouni, was present at this time. During the meeting, open discussion was held on Bangladesh's political situation, making sustainable, democratic and constitutional institutions, human rights situation, mutual relations between Bangladesh and France, as well as commercial and economic cooperation. During the call on, necessary reforms were stressed to ensure good governance and accountability. It also discussed responsible role of all concerned to eradicate corruption and establish rule of law to attract foreign investment. The meeting expressed hope that the existing relationship between the two countries will be strengthened further. Foreign Affairs Advisor of the Leader of the Opposition, Barrister Mir Ahmed bin Qasim Arman MP, and Member of Foreign Affairs Advisory Committee Ali Ahmed Mabroor were present. British High Commissioner to Bangladesh Sarah Cook called on Home Minister Salahuddin Ahmed at his Secretariat office today. During the meeting, they reviewed a range of bilateral issues including law enforcement cooperation, security matters, Rohingya crisis, controlling of immigration, related crimes, irregular migration prevention. The Home Minister highlighted existing deep and friendly relationship between Bangladesh and the United Kingdom, describing UK as a close and important development partner of Bangladesh. Home Minister sought UK cooperation in preventing immigration-related crimes, implementing police referral program, identifying and recovering illegally trafficked assets and properties. He also expressed sincere gratitude for UK humanitarian assistance in addressing the Rohingya crisis. The UK High Commissioner informed that the second Bangladesh-UK Joint Working Group meeting will be held in London on July 7 to 8, where 2 agreements are expected to be signed. Senior Secretary of the Ministry of Home Affairs Manzoor Murshid Chaudhry, Additional Secretary of the Political Subdivision Dr. Ziauddin Ahmed, Joint Secretary of Political 2 Branch Muhammad Abdul Qadir, and Deputy Secretary of Political 1 Branch Minara Nazmeen were present at the meeting. International Crimes Tribunal ICT has set June the 30th as the date for next hearing in high-profile case against Shojib Wajid Joy and Junaid Ahmed Poluk, who face charges of crimes against humanity for allegedly ordering internet shutdown during July 2024 mass uprising, which led to numerous deaths. Tribunal 1 concluded today's evidence hearing and issued order moving the trial forward in what has become one of the most closely watched cases since the fall of the previous administration. In a separate proceeding before the same tribunal, charges were framed against former Jessore Superintendent of Police Anisur Rahman and 8 others in connection with shooting deaths of 2 student leaders in Jogata, Jessore during the tenure of ousted Awami League government. Lawyers for the defense cross-examined witness Israfil Hussain today in that case. Tribunal scheduled next date of hearing on July the 26th. Meanwhile, Tribunal 1 has fixed June the 29th for next hearing in a case involving killing of student Tayyim in Jatrabari during July mass uprising. Former DMP Commissioner Habibur Rahman and 10 other accused face charges in this case. Today, investigating officer Muhammad Alamgir concluded his testimony, after which the tribunal set new date. Defense lawyers are scheduled to continue cross-examination the investigating officer on remaining matters in the next session. The High Court ordered the republication of results of 43rd BCS non-cadre recruitment process within 60 days, stating that the recruitment process was not conducted transparently. The order was issued today by a High Court bench comprising Justice Shashanko Shekhar Sarkar and Justice Urmi Rahman in response to a writ petition filed in 2024. Barrister Humayun Kabir Pollo presented the petitioner during the hearing. He said that the court had been informed that recruitment process was not conducted in accordance with the law. According to him, the recruitment process was completed in violation of legal provisions. Now, international news.